Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. If you can do me a huge favour on this one, leave the video a like for that demolishing of Arsenal. Now, of course, you guys will have seen the game. It ended 2-0 to Chelsea, which overall is a great win. We were away at the Emirates and managed to get a win. So that's always a positive, especially after the streak that we've been in. They beat us twice in the league, once in the FA Cup in the last 3 games. So we needed that, and boy did we turn up today. Arsenal started, they tended to just sort of have 5-minute spells of, I was going to say dominance, but it really wasn't that. It was just 5-minute spells of some sort of attempt at playing football. And then Chelsea just seemed to sort of boss the rest of the game. We had the game under control for a lot of that. 2-0 is very generous to Arsenal. Like, that could have been easily 4. Definitely 3, 4 pretty easily. Like, that was a weird game for Chelsea in that I felt like we should have scored more, but it's a win against a London rival away, so I'll absolutely take it. We can look at some of the stats here. Let's go into them. You can see shots. Chelsea had 22 to Arsenal's 6, which is just embarrassing. And then shots on target is 3 for Arsenal, 5 for Chelsea, with 65% of the possession in Chelsea's favour. So, of course, they're dominating the ball. You'd expect that with a much better team here. Shots on target were lacking. We had a lot of shots that were just sort of like deflected around or off target from like Kovacic unleashing them on the edge of the box and such. So, not too bad in terms of shots, but definitely need to be working on getting them more on target. But of course, the main man manages to score 15 minutes into his Chelsea debut, second debut, but we'll call it a Chelsea debut. He manages to score, and it was a beautiful play. Reece James on the right wing. I think the pass was from Kovacic out to Reece James, inside to Lukaku, and just beautiful. That is absolutely what I want to see. And that's where, you know, someone might not have been there. If Lukaku wasn't on that pitch and that's Timo up front or Kai, yes, they have their, you know, they're good in their own aspects, but Lukaku is an out-and-out striker, and we knew he'd be there, and he certainly was for that goal, and it was beautiful to see. I had a really good feeling he was going to score in his first game, and he did, so that was brilliant. And then 35 minutes in, Reece James again contributing, this time with a goal. He picks up on the right-hand side in a bit of space and just blasts it into that top left corner of the goal. It was beautifully struck. And that's 35 minutes in, and at that point I'm thinking we might even get another one before half time. Second half we can go get 1 or 2. That's what I'm saying, like 4-0 was a real possibility in this game. But after that, there was a few, like I said, 5-minute spells of Arsenal sort of trying to, you know, get into the game, and they certainly had a couple chances. I remember a header from Rob Holding that he missed. Nothing major though at all. And overall, very, very happy with that Chelsea performance. So let's go and take a look at the match ratings for the players here. So let's go, starting from, of course, the goalkeeper, Mendy with a 7.2. He had a few bits to do in that game, nothing major, but he certainly handled everything that came his way very well. There was a few like sort of sweeper keeper moments where he came out of the box, and Christensen really made a poor decision at one point, and Mendy comes rushing out to save his blushes. So Mendy with a 7.2, I think that's very fair. At the back line then we have Rudiger on a 6.7. I think that's a little harsh. He actually recovered quite a lot of balls through. Of course, his pace is a great asset of Rudiger's, and he used that very well in this game. Christensen with a 7.2, I think that's probably fair. He had some good moments, one little mind slip moment, but other than that was very good. Ansby on a 7.2, I think that's fair as well. He had a good game, nothing insane, but did very well overall. Reece James with a 9.0 with a goal and an assist. For me, he was the man of the match. I have to give it to him. I know Lukaku scores on his debut, but Reece James getting a goal and an assist, and defensively started a little weak, had a few dodgy moments, but definitely grew into the game. For me, he gets the man of the match. Alonso on the other side then with a 7.8 rating. I think that's fair. He did good. Nothing, you know, mental from him. He didn't get a goal or an assist like we tend to see from Alonso, but overall was strong. And then the midfield too, Jorginho on a 7.0 and a Kovacic on a 6.5. I think the Kovacic one is a little harsh. I didn't see anything majorly wrong from him in that game. A few touchy moments, but nothing major. Jorginho did lose the ball quite a few times, and I was a little bit worried when Kante came on the pitch. We did look a little better with that combination in the midfield. So overall, Jorginho maybe would have given him a tiny bit less, but that's probably being a bit harsh. He was pretty good. Mount with a 7.9 and getting an assist for that Reece James goal. I think that's fair. He had a pretty solid game, had a couple shots, but nothing major, still finding his feet in terms of shooting, and that was very good from him. Havertz on a 6.7, probably fair. Nothing major, nothing outstanding today. Made a few nice runs, but wasn't really passed to. struggled to get into the game with, you know, Lukaku up front and him playing off of him. We'll see better from Havertz, and I have no doubt of that. And then Lukaku up front on an 8.2. And that was a very strong performance from Lukaku. He showed a lot of strength, holding, you know, back to goal, bullying that Arsenal defence for his goal when he pushes Pablo Mari aside. It was beautiful to see. And then just generally hold-up play was beautiful, and have no complaints with him. His pace looked good, technically on the ball good, a couple sort of bobbly moments where he takes a touch and it bobbling off his shin or something like that, but that would be being harsh. I have no real complaints about Lukaku at all in that game. So following that game, what does it mean for the Premier League table? We see Chelsea topping the table. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's going to be that way unless West Ham go and get a crazy result against Leicester, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be finishing this match week top of the table. Strong performance. You know, we've got Liverpool next, so we will have to shore up that defence a little bit going into that game, because there was a few touchy moments that much better players in that Liverpool team will take advantage of, whereas Arsenal just incapable of doing it. So we'll have to step up things for that, but we are currently top of the table, and I'm very happy to see that. 6 points out of the first 2 games. If we can get a good win against Liverpool, I think that sets us up for a very strong start to the season. As for Arsenal, what does this mean? It's pretty much just a ticking time bomb there, right? Like, Arteta's gonna go at some point. If for Arsenal fans, I guess they're just hoping that they hire a competent manager and that he can recover a season for them and sort of bring them up to Europa League spots maybe by the end of the season, because right now Arsenal do not look capable of reaching a top half finish, let alone anything near European football. So all in all, very happy with that today. Very happy to see Lukaku scoring. Let me know what you guys thought of the game down in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.